Good evening, good day, hello. This is preliminary test of concept 1. What we're doing here is we're running sound from a 15 watt amp to a 1 amp 4 watt speaker. We're going to start to mix some water and cornflour solution in that bucket over there, and we're going to apply that on there and see if we can replicate some sounds, some effects that we're getting from the YouTube video here. Hope it goes well. We're awaiting the results with bated breath, and we'll get back to you once we know how it went. And action! Seems as though the good people at Black and Gold have duped us with Newtonian fluid, not non-Newtonian fluid. Bastards! Ah, shit. Yeah, I thought you stopped filming, but
yeah, no. So this is what we've got. See, it's not in any way behaving like a non-Newtonian fluid, and it's actually a non-Newtonian, or otherwise known as a Newtonian fluid dough thing.
It's completely explained by the laws of Newtonian physics, as opposed to non-Newtonian fluid, which baffled the scientific community for about 5 weeks until they got to the bottom of it. And the name stuck.
Much the same as the dough does.
Yes.
Yes. So we are having to venture up to Coles
to
get some real stuff.
And see what...
No, it's so white.
Cheers!
Cheers. And action. And here we are, just mixing up some water, cornflour, real cornflour this time, not wheaten cornflour, proper maize cornflour, getting the right consistency. And as you can see, I'll just demonstrate. You get a big clunk of it together, right, like this, and wait a minute, I'll try again. Big clunk of it on the side of the bucket, and it just wants to fall to nothing. Obviously it's going to get better, and the better more we mix it, but as you can see, it's already proving to be a lot more successful than the previous batch. Okay, we're trying a mixture which is really runny, a lot runnier than what we've used before, just as a preliminary or secondary preliminary test, just to see if there's a difference between runny and more viscous solutions or mixes.
So I've got 5 different tracks. We'll play one at a time. They range from 50 to 100 Hertz, and we'll see what happens in between.
Water. So this is running at 50 Hertz
with a very runny solution.
This is at 60 Hertz.
70 Hertz.
Yeah.
80 Hertz. Hundred Hertz.
Notice how the patterning is becoming much finer.
We're just trying with something a little bit more viscous now. We tried really runny. Now we're trying slightly more viscous in increments as we get up to something really viscous, and we'll see what results we get. We'll play the same frequencies. Roll.
50 Hertz.
Look at that, we're getting play.
$60 Hertz.
Pretty.
$70 Hertz.
A little bit more viscous than it already is, you know. you can get the fingers coming out. I think that's what it needs. Does it need more structure? That's what I think.
We're trying this liquid at 40 Hertz.
I'll try this with a little bit more volume. You spent a few nights like that at King's Cross.
30 Hertz.
Increasing the volume.
Yeah. Discourse? Basically, we've just been gradually adding more corn flour to water to the mix, mixing it with your hands, and just getting to the point here. If you have a look in here right now, I can actually, unlike any other fluid, I can actually pull back the base of the, I can actually dig down to the bottom of the liquid and actually pull it back, so you can actually see the bottom of the bucket. And when you hold it in your hand, it just wants to materialise back into
King's Cross
liquid, back into a really good evening. Yeah?
Yeah. Poke away.
Using the full force of the weight of this little, what would you call it, shovel spade, it's just not penetrating in through as it would with any other liquid. Very unusual.
Moving on up to 40 Hertz.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Volume oscillations.
Trying 100.
100 watts.
100.
Trying a quite thick liquid at 30 Hertz.
Beautiful.
Forte.
Forte? 30 hertz. The solid cell tends to sort of sit on the top and slowly starts to make an interface, kind of like a clotted skin cream.
That's really interesting. Keep it there.
Down to 20 hertz.
And watch how the individual particles start to melt into the... They break off the surface, and they break off the top, and they go and get sucked into the... It's like Tasmania. Yeah, basically what happens, what you do is you get when you get any amount of thickness, you add a bit of cornflour straight to the top, and it forms a skin or a crust on top. And the more you play with that and mix it through, the more it starts to turn into that, into the liquid that we more want. However, I think with the different layers of it, it means that the vibrations or frequency isn't penetrating all the way through. Well, as you can see, if you turn around, it's now night time, and we've spent a lot of time just figuring out the intricacies of this process and this product and this material. It contains a lot of little interesting bits, like almost anything, I suppose, where the difference between how much water, the mix, how sloppy, how viscous it is, combined with the amount of frequency and the amplitude that you have coming through, and also coming to terms with just how efficient you want that frequency transferal to be to get the best results. But we've had a lot of fun, we've learned a lot. I think we're confident in making a really good mix, and I think we've got a good idea about the best frequencies to work on to go forward. Thanks for your time, and as you can see, we're cleaning up now.